And welcome to 1111 True Crime. Back with Mama D and the Jay Slater case. We got some things to talk about in this Jay Slater case that I don't completely understand, and I want your point of view on, because what is a selfie to you? What is an actual selfie? Whoops. I got you on my phone so I can see chat. Welcome, everyone. We are a live broadcast, and with that, it's real. So, hey, Teresa, Ocean Deep, Nikki UK, Prime Candy, and everyone. Tanya Thacker, good to see you. And thank you to my beautiful mods. Happy Easter to all those that do celebrate. I hope that you have a wonderful, delightful, peaceful, joyful holiday. Hope it's surrounded with good food, good family, not in that order, and that you get many blessings. Fearless Bertana, good to see you. Sue Allen, good to see you. All right. Let's talk for a minute. We're going to be talking about a selfie from the Ravine, the last known selfie of Jay in a ravine. And I'm like, what? So, this article, I did some research. The dude is real. He's a true reporter. I've got that too. And he's talking to the authorities. They're the ones saying this. And I'm like, what? It's not it's a quote from the authorities. And they go into detail about it. And I'm like, since when is there a selfie of Jay? Now, to me, a selfie includes your face or part of your body, not just a picture of something out there, right? So either this is the worst reporting job ever, but then again, it's a quote from the actual guy that's an authority that's searching for Jay. I'm talking authority. We'll get into it. Then we're going to be talking about somebody that we haven't talked a lot about, and that is David Larkin, who was also found, I put air quotes up, because he was found where the path of Jay was, but he said he wasn't lost. And I got some questions about David Larkin and the little place he was staying at. And what was he doing? Okay, that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. I sat on this for a few days, but it's the selfie part that's got me. Because it implies that there's part of him in the picture, right? A selfie is of oneself. I've Googled it. I've looked at it in every which way. But let's go ahead and get started now. Somebody remind me, we have a poll going. We've almost got 100 votes. I won't give you the result yet, but I will give you in case you want to play at home. The question is, who do you feel was at the Airbnb green door? Who do you feel was at the Airbnb green door in Masca? So the answers available to choose from are A, Ophelia and her family to move the car. Now remember, Ophelia doesn't have an adult son at all. She only has a daughter. Ahab said it was her adult son with his shirt up over his belly, and he had a wheelbarrow, and that made him think of The Hills Have Eyes. B could be your choice. 2 men looking for a stolen watch. Or perhaps C is your choice. No one was at the door. Ahab made it up. He's lying. Or D, no one important. Okay? So we'll get back into that. We've got just under 100 votes. I need somebody to remind me like to do the poll, because Mama D is terrible at coming back to the poll and giving you the results, and I want to get better at it. Hi, Amanda Southen. said, hi, everybody in chat, and happy Easter. Hello. Hi, Lazy Donkey. Hi, Chev. Karen Bell, Beast Folks, Mariah. Good to see you all. All right, you guys. Hi, Flashbang. Welcome back. So, let's just jump over. Let me get it on the board. Let me scoochy. I'm actually going to move it. What happens to it if I do that? Oh, dang, it takes up the whole world here. Hold on. We got a problem. Is it showing? I'm going to have to read it sideways. Hate when I have to do that. So you're going to be looking at the side of my head. There it is. Only way I can do it right now, unless I want to reset the whole system. Hey, Gil Cashin, welcome back. Haven't seen you forever. Owner of remote Tenerife Airbnb, where Jay Slater stayed, saw him walk along mountain path. Okay, it never says that in here that I saw. So first of all, when was this? June 21st, 2024 at 10:51 p.m. So we would be about 3 days after Jay was reported missing on the 17th. So maybe 4 days, right? The reporter is Andy Boner in Tenerife. So before we get into that, I looked up this dude named Andy Boner that does the reporting. And this is him. And this is him on day 5. So he wasn't just there a short time. He was there doing local reporting throughout the entire event. So this is day 5. But let's back up and see what he was able to accomplish, because he got some interviews with the authorities that I'd never read before. And if I had, I would have discussed this much sooner. Hey, Sherry Riley, the narrative is controlled by the Spanish police. Corrupt, in your opinion. Thank you, lovely. Leon Foremore, hello, lovely. All right, without further ado, let's read this. How far do I got to scoot over? About like that. The owner of the remote Airbnb where missing Jay Slater stayed before vanishing in Tenerife says she saw after he left walking along the mountain road towards a beauty spot. Not up the mountain in the wrong way. She saw him walking along the mountain road towards a beauty spot. What happened to going the wrong way up a mountain? Not here. Ophelia, the owner of the holiday rental, Casa Abul Tina, where Jay is believed to have stayed with 2 people he met on the island after partying at the NRG Festival, said she does not know what happened to him after she drove past him as he walked. So he's on the road because she drove past him. As he walked, Jay, 19, made contact with a friend, Lucy May Law, at around 8:50 a.m. on June 17th, telling her he didn't know where he was and needed water. So at this point, let's stop right there. He doesn't know where he is. And this call at 8:50 a.m., I'm concerned that that actually was a staged call with somebody that had Jay's phone. And that's where David Larkin might come into play. We'll see. We'll let you be the judge of that. The apprentice bricklayer said he had begun a 10-hour trek. This is so badly worded. The apprentice bricklayer said, Jay didn't say nothing. Are they implying that Jay told Lucy that he has begun his 10-hour trek back to his hotel after missing the bus? Listen to this again. As he walked, Jay 19 made contact with friend Lucy May Law at around 8:50 a.m. on June 17th, telling her he didn't know where he was and needed water. The apprentice bricklayer said he had begun and 10-hour trek back to his hotel after missing the bus. So in this article, Andy Bonar is reporting that Jay told Lucy that he missed the bus and that he's on the road walking, well, not on the road, but on the journey back to the hotel. Ophelia says she twice spoke to Jay, or told Jay he would have a 2-hour wait for the bus as she saw the teen from Oswald Twistle in Lancashire as she left for home. We've never understood why she's going home if she needs to open the business for the tourists, but okay. This is her words. Listen, on Monday morning, I was on my way home. She's already leaving, right? When a young man came up to ask me about the bus timetable, she said to ITV Granada Reports. Quote, I told him that the next bus was at 10 a.m. Quote, shortly after, he came back to me. Apparently, he didn't understand me due to the language barrier and asked me again what time the next bus was due. I told him again that the next bus was at 10 a.m., pointing at him with my 10 fingers of my hands. After this conversation, I left to go home. Okay. Listen, this is the part. Can you hear me? Later on, I left my house because I was going to take the car towards Buena Vista. And about a kilometer and a half from the house, I saw a guy walking in the same direction as I was going with the car. On the road, right? Same direction as the car is on the road. I thought to myself it was the same guy who'd asked me about the bus timetable. When I passed by him with the car, I could confirm it was the same guy. After that, I didn't see him again. I don't know if he took another road, so a road, not a mountain, not going the wrong way, but on the road, period. I don't know if he took another road, turned back, or if something happened to him on the way. Keep going here. Truth train coming through. Now here's the missing poster, and it's in English, and it says wearing, can you see it down here? Wearing, let me check my sound real quick. I want to make sure it's not maxed out again, which it is not. Okay. Otherwise, it fries my voice. Okay. Wearing a white t-shirt, shorts, trainers, and a black bag. A white t-shirt. We're on day 4, and it's still a white t-shirt on this poster. All right. Friends and family of missing Jay Slater say they are drained beyond words as the search for him entered its 5th day, with a helicopter and rescue dogs now involved. So it didn't happen on Friday, but on the 5th day was the first time that there were helicopters and dogs. Okay. The last mobile phone data pinged in a remote mountainous area around a half a mile further north from the small village of Masca. Specialist search teams have, quote, found nothing in the hunt for Jay, but say there is still hope he is alive. Civil defense officers at the search base said the area is split up into 3 different ravines. It's around 30 kilometers wide. One member of the team revealed they are currently carrying out searches in 3 different areas: Damascus Gorge, La Vica, and Las Portelas, as well as the surrounding Masca area. Aside from one windy and challenging main road through Masca, there are very few footpaths and with miles of challenging terrain. A member of the specialist search team confirmed drones and police dogs had not been deployed on Friday, day 4. So no helicopters, no dogs. A member of the Civil Defense search team said, we still have hope that he's alive until the last moment when the last hope is lost. The truth is that we feel a bit frustrated because we can't find him. It's so big there. That's very difficult to search in such a steep area. But we're doing everything we can. We haven't found anything. We have combed this entire trail. We've been up and down, but until now, nothing. Until now, nothing. So they must have found something, right? This morning, we have concentrated on searching from down below up Masca along the path until it almost reaches the ravine at the higher point without finding anything. He goes on to say, now, the second part has been this path that goes up and almost reaches Las Portelas, the high part of Las Portelas Trail, and nothing was found either. We've been to the ravine to see where he... Hold it. What does this mean? My little ducky fell. What does this mean? We've been to, quote, hold on. I want to make sure you understand who's saying this. The Civil Defense Search Team, an official, is saying, we've been to the ravine to see where he supposedly took his last selfie and downward from there. Is that why Brad is saying he saw Jay step over? Was there a selfie taken? That would really help us to understand this a lot better. What in the world does that mean? We've been to the ravine to see where he supposedly, so they've been told about it, took his last selfie and downward from there. Where in the hell is the selfie? Where's the selfie, y'all? What is that about? And they don't even have the selfie. They are using the words, he supposedly took his last selfie. So they don't have it. Or if they do, they're not sure it's the last one. Something's up weird with that. He supposedly took his last selfie and downward from there. Were the authorities led to believe that Jay took a selfie in a ravine? That's what I'm asking, Teresa. Did he do a Snapchat selfie? Is that with Brad? Where in the hell is the selfie? Who told him that? Thank you, Teresa. I'm good, Kelly. Thank you. Happy birthday, Courtster. Why would you say last selfie? Right, Sherry Ray? Right. Okay, you guys are following me. Leon 4 and more. Didn't Brad say was FaceTiming and could see the pebbles and stones? Are you feeling me? They don't have it. They're just being told that. That's why they're so focused in the Masca Mountains, because somebody has told them that Jay took a last selfie there. What? Okay, let's continue. We're waiting this afternoon for the drone units to come one more time to do a flight over the area, and the search dogs again too. Very difficult. It's a very difficult area to search just because it's so steep. Yesterday there were 25 volunteers, 5 dogs between them, and 4 drones. So maybe they did have dogs and all this the day before. Well, they did. It says yesterday there were 25 volunteers, 5 dogs between them, 4 drones from volunteers too, besides the professional ones, were concentrated searches in 3 ravines over an area of at least 30 square kilometers. And then it goes into cars and how they have somebody that will do that. Okay, so this is the dude. Let's go ahead and listen to him for just a minute.
The frustrations are growing on day 5 of the search for Jay Slater. The search area itself, here around the village of Maska, seems a lot quieter today than it did last night. However, teams have been looking in this valley around the village and looking in particular at the river down at the bottom of the ravine. But last night there was a flurry of activity here. We saw the police helicopter, search and rescue helicopter in the air. We saw police dogs as well. And earlier today, the Spanish police released their own video of the search, posting it on social media. Just one other thing to tell you about today, and that is back home in Lancashire, in Jay's hometown of Oswaldtwistle, people have been tying blue ribbons in the street as a message of hope and a sign of support to Jay's family.
All right.
The search continues.
Now let's switch gears. Let me resize this for you. Okay. So this little hut, I know it's right in my face. Let's get it out of the way. This little hut is where David Larkin was staying, saying he wasn't lost. I find that very intriguing. And I've begun to wonder, could David Larkin have had Jay's phone and that's what he was really doing out there? Because he was all over where Jay was and he didn't see the kid or nothing. But somebody had to get that phone all over the place, right? I don't know. I'm just asking. I find it so strange that he has a house and everything. Casa says Casa Rulis in Carazels, the house that David Larkin is staying at, overlooking the trail where he was rescued. Now, I thought this was interesting. Now, I did my own research and I couldn't get the same results. But a viewer sent me this. They Googled, I guess. I don't know how they got the AI overview. I didn't get one. But this is from them. And it says, outside gang watch thieves refers to organized criminal groups that specialize in stealing luxury watches, often using aggressive and violent tactics. These gangs often target affluent individuals in busy public areas, utilizing tactics like moped snatch, thefts, and armed robberies. Now, I don't get an AI view when I Google something, very rare, so I don't know how they got this, but I thought that was absolutely worth sharing because that's what I feel that is all about. I think that's pretty much straight on it. Yeah, that house is the one that apparently they found right by the trail. This is where David Larkin was staying out in Maska when they were like, "You're rescued," and he's like, "But I'm not lost." Look at this dude. Could he have been at the door with Ophelia, with a shirt over his belly and a wheelbarrow? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Does he look 51 to you? David Larkin, 51, was walking in Tenerife close to where the youngster was last seen when rescuers thought he needed saving too. The British hiker, claims cops they rescued while searching for Jay Slater in Tenerife has insisted he did not need saving. So that's so strange. Oh, the poll. All right. Well, we're close to 200 votes now. Who do you feel was at the Airbnb green door? Are you ready for your results? So our least favorite answer, coming in the fourth place, is no one important at 3%. Our second least favorite answer is A, Ophelia and her family to move car. All right. C is the number 2 placement answer at no one. A lied with 33%. Holy snarkies, Batman. And then the number 1 answer with well over majority at 57% is B. 2 men looking for the stolen watch. Wowzer. Let me know what you think and what your thoughts are. Leanne Foramore says, just throwing it out there, does DL, David Larkin, have any Welsh connections? Not sure. I don't know, but I wanted to bring it up. Hey, Red Sauce, welcome back. You say, would Vic especially, he said he wasn't lost and the CG made him go with them. I'm wondering if he didn't really know why, but they were like, you know, here's a free phone. I don't know. I don't know, Mariah, how long. I just think he's worth looking into a little bit. Hey, Pinky Pup. David Larkin was there for weeks and knew Jay was missing where he was, but didn't offer to help. As an experienced hiker, apparently, it does seem odd. That is odd. Right, even the dog went downhill, not up, says Lisa Foster. Correct. And nowhere in this article, nowhere does it speak of Jay leaving the road. Nor does it say that Ophelia saw him going the wrong way or up a mountain path. It is all about passing him on the road. It is only after, I believe, on the 11th day that Brad gave his interview that all of a sudden Ophelia's story seemed to change and be reported that Jay had left the road and was going the wrong way up a mountain, and Ophelia saw him, and then we were all like, why didn't you stop him? Right? Sirens. Hey, Ship, what if he owed money because it was in his bank, so the phone was needed for his online banking? I saw that. Little Miss Vodka did a wonderful job, and then Wax reshared, and hats off to Wax. I do see that the money was going to Jay's account. That is interesting, being that that little note that Debbie received. Your boy owes us a lot of money. I got to get my jacket off, you guys. I'm really, really warm. Okay, I'm going to take this little thing off the screen. And let me tell you, this has bothered me for 3 days. I'm like, what? I've been in this case from day one. I've never heard of no Snap or Selfie from the Ravine. And this dude is not just some random nobody. This is not just some TikToker or, you know, whatever. This is the Civil Defense Search Team said. Civil Defense Search Team. We've been to the Ravine to see where he's supposed... Oh, I'm not showing you, but you saw it. We've been to the Ravine to see where he supposedly took his last selfie and downward from there. What? The word supposedly infers that they have been told that, but they have not been given proof. Supposedly protects you from guaranteeing, from knowing. You're just guessing, supposing. Suppose I was a millionaire. Doesn't make me a millionaire, right? So they've been told about some selfie in a ravine. That's why they were all over that ravine. David Matheson says money laundering through bank account saving, having to convey it through airports could be. Hey, Martin Clark, welcome back. Mama D, you were right. With the luxury watch, gold jewelry, any jewelry, this gangs, well, being the festival, it was big last year and all the festival's jewelry were robbed. Red Vic says, no proof, no believe. I don't know. The sun is going down behind a cloud. Vicky says the money going to Jay's account is a breakthrough. I agree. It gives green light for UK authorities to investigate stuff in Spain. And Lucy, because it's money laundering from Spain in the UK. I pray to God that it is the lead. Hey, Babon, welcome back and happy Easter to you. Too cool to Drew, hello to you. Hi, Cordster. No, I don't remember that Cordster about people getting arrested for watch thefts. Hey, Sherry, anyone who is a mom, I wouldn't give up and I would fight justice for my child. Is the selfie which Lucky states will prove Jay was in the mountains or more BS? That's a great question. That is a really great question. This has me so perplexed. I found this article 3 days ago. Yeah. And I was like, I got to think on this. I got to be rereading this wrong. I got to be seeing this wrong. Then I'm like, I'm literally going to look up what selfie means, even though I know damn well what it means. And sure, it means of oneself. And I'm like, what in the hell are they talking about? And there's no mention of going the wrong way up no mountainside. No, this is Jay on the road. Right. If Lucky had it, why wouldn't he post it? Right. Could the watch have been tagged and that's how they found him? That's a good question, Open Ocean Deep. I'll tell you now, I highly doubt with everything in my fiber that there would be any Green Hulk watch, to be honest, because AM never in a million years is going to give up the real kind of watch. He would do a redirect so that you don't look up the real one and get wind of more of the real story. So to me, calling it out as a Green Hulk, I would find that very hard to believe. But then on the other side of the coin, that's the exact watch that Potter Paper was looking for. And it says so when he got his big watch box for his collectible watches that apparently he doesn't have boxes for because he needs one big box for them all. But he said he wanted that watch next. And that was well before Jay went missing. I find that all interesting. Sherry Riley says, I think the watch was a setup. David Matheson says, if monies have been flowing through Jay's account all that weekend, that's all traceable back to the purchasers of product. Yes, amen. Hulk are so rare. Okay. Sarah Baxendale said, here's a thought about four pings. Could that be why Roman was on top of the cliff with the drone at the start before he vanished? I didn't know he was up there before. Before who vanished? Before Roman vanished or before Jay vanished? Hey, Fozzie dear. Aw, thank you. You said I just subbed to Paradox Painting. I've lived watching you create one of your precious... Oh, you watched one of me? Aw, thank you. Yes, I also am an artist. I've been an artist my whole life. I don't usually do it public, but I thought, why not? So I started Paradox Painting, and it's been a lot of fun. It is absolutely a lot of fun. So we do have a premiere coming up at 3 o'clock, which is, what, 20 minutes from now? And I invite you to join me over there. I'll be in chat with you. Yes, when they were searching at the top of the mountain. I got you. Boss Dog says, I've got a fake Hulk tin, a penny in Egypt. Not so rare. Hi, Claire. Welcome back. Ellie says, whoop, caught alive. Mama D, your lighting is different and we can see your amazing natural beauty. Aw, thank you. It's natural lighting, not these fluorescent lights. It gives you real color, right? My right shoulder. I have to think. My right shoulder. This one? Or are you talking my left shoulder? Because it's backwards in the camera. That one, where is it? Right here? That's my lighthouse painting. And then this is one we did while we were live in like a half hour. We were just throwing paint at the board. But we have a ship coming in. And we have, oh, it's just creepy looking, isn't it? That one we did while we were live. Like, it's still up there in the Moonies. If you go to our memberships, that one's on live. So hey, Electric Paramedic, hello, good to see you. There is loads of replica watches out there, Susan. Truth to that. Mark says, bet you block me, but Jay's selfie was not on Ravine, it was elsewhere. Why would I block you? I block you if you come in making insults towards me personally or any of my crew, any of my family. Boss Dog says you can't assume any watch is real, especially on holiday. Amen, brother. Sarah Geimer says happy Easter to everyone. I'm reading a lot of what you're saying, but it's hard to keep up. You guys are flying. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. Lighthouse painting. Ah, you like this one? Yeah, join me over there. Now, over there, right now I'm focused on a unique pouring style, and today it's called Behind the Veil, and it floored me. Like, when it was done, I was like, what? That is wild. You'll just have to see. See, that's what I think, Martine Clark. The AP skeleton was wanted by AF and PP. Yes, that's what I think it is. It's me, SKCT, was bragging about coming into a whole lot of money after Jay was found throwing money all over a table in a restaurant. Where'd you get that from? Where'd that come from? I never heard that. Claire says, I have a Breitling. It was handed down to me by my grandfather, issued by Royal Air Force, starting to wonder how much that's worth. Oh, Lord, that could be worth a fortune. I would definitely get that in a safety deposit box outside my house. Hey, Brian White, welcome back. Hey, Maggie, what is the art channel, please? Up above, honey. Up above, it's in chat. All you have to do is click on the little message I did. We're going to jump over there in just a minute. The Tomb Piper says, just caught your live, Mama D. How is everything this Easter weekend? I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I had a little breakdown this morning because I did lose somebody at Easter, and that's hard. You know, death is always very traumatic, no matter how long it's been. But I am good now. I've got it out of my system. I was able to purge. And I'm enjoying my day so far, especially to be with you. Bretlings command good prices. Boss Dog says just grabbed an AP, gonna sell it for 10 quid. Was that message fake? I think it was to put the heat on letting them know, like, to ensure they thought Jay did that. Maybe, right? Mark says, I am not insulting anyone, but Jay was not Selfie Ravine. I never insulted no one. I've had insults. Well, Mark, everybody's getting along here, so I don't know, dear. Jane Doe says, sorry to hear that. Glad you're feeling better now. Yeah, I got some good friends on here that helped me through it. Boss Dog says, when you're a liar, you have to be a good one. You got to remember your own lies, and in time, it catches up. And that is so absolutely true. Lazy Donkey says, Mark, there is no photo. It was published in news. I don't know if there is or not. Did somebody lie to the, what are they called? I want to make sure I get their name right because they are official, right? Did someone lie to the civil defense search team and tell them that Jay had taken a selfie from in the ravine and therefore they knew he was there? Or did he really take a selfie? I am so confused by this whole thing. That's why I was like, I gotta see what you guys think. Right, Claire, the bank card that Jay had on him was Brad's. So who had Jay's? And think about this. Well, we don't know if it was Brad's. We don't know if the bank card on Jay was Brad's. All we know is that Rachel said if they found a bank card up there searching for Jay in Masca, it could be Brad's because Jay had Brad's card. But we don't know if Brad's card was found on Jay. We have no idea. So we can't draw a conclusion based off something Rach said. I'm sorry, but that woman, in my humble opinion, she lies with every breath she takes. So who the hell knows? Sally Lowe, I don't know. What selfie? I haven't seen it. Where can I see it? I don't know. I'm saying that the civil defense official officer said, I want to read it word for word. We've been to the ravine to see where he supposedly took his last selfie and downward from there. And I'm like, what am I reading? What? That's a quote from the official on day 4. I'm just finding that absolutely crazy that the official was led to believe that Jay took a selfie in that ravine. Where did he get that information? Who led him to believe that? And is it possibly true? Well, Laura, we do know that Debbie said that his money and passport was in his room. No, she never said a phone was in his room. Not once. Not at all. They had his old phone that he did not take to Tenerife, and they had that from previous, and they turned that in. Roanne Pipe says Lucy must have had Jay's card. It was technically her money, right? No, if money gets put on your card to you, you get it, it's yours until you release it to somebody else. Sally Lowe, never trust the media. I'm not trusting the media. This is a quote from an officer. You feel me? It does boggle the mind, Laura. It does. All right, you guys. I'm no more or less confused in sharing this with you than I was when I brought it to your attention. I sat on it for 3 days trying to figure this out on my own, and I can't. Because I'm like, if they're... What? And my big thing now, is it possible that David Larkin, out there for no reason, not helping look for Jay, even though an experienced hiker, even though a British guy himself, is just hanging out the same location that Jay was last seen at in that little hut? Could he have been paid or part of this to have Jay's phone? Is that how those pings happened? Really makes me wonder about this David Larkin. Something don't smell right. All right, my lovelies, with that, there is a link pinned over here above. And as soon as the live is over, I will make sure and quickly pin a link at the in the pinned comments down below for a replay that will jump you over to the premiere. All right? So, happy Easter, my beautiful family. I love you all so much. And if this is where you leave me, I will see you again next week. And I hope that you are filled with joy and peace and surrounded by family, and good food. I love you. To the moon and